Hello, welcome back to the PoddiMouths podcast. I am Peyton Cubic, and this is where my dad and his friend John talk about random stuff in life or the things they found on the internet. I hope you enjoy listening to this episode as much as I did. Here they are now.
I just want to make sure that comedy gold has its place.
I love how you say comedy guy. On good days, we're comedy bronze, maybe.
Well, maybe comedy gold. Maybe it's comedy Goldstein.
Maybe it is. That's possible. Yes, we could be that.
It could
be that. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent.
Well, besides the obvious.
Besides the obvious, and people might think it's a necklace. It's not.
It's a gorgeous necklace.
I
knew with Lisa in the house you were a kept man, and
yeah, it's a leash.
At least it's not a dog collar. Well, okay, it's a leash.
Well, not right.
It's more of a harness because she's very, very conscious about how well she treats her pets. So she uses a harness instead of a collar.
I can run away at any time. I think that's probably what she's more concerned about.
Probably. Yeah. I think that's an accurate statement.
Like that. Get back here. Yes. The elephant in the room is this stupid thing, and I can't really lift it up because
Sean, you should not talk about yourself like that.
Whatever. I'm not an elephant, but I do play one on TV. Did
you stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night?
I did not, and I don't plan to anytime soon. So I did see the doctor yesterday and gave me just as a follow-up on my surgery, which was Tuesday when we released the last episode. It was the rotator cuff surgery. He estimated it'd be 25 minutes to half an hour. And it was about an hour and a half because it was much worse than he anticipated. And this dude does like 600 of these a year. So he's the guy you want doing the surgery.
That's good.
Showed me the pictures, and I don't recognize anything. Oh, look, there's the ball and socket. Is it? Let me show you my suture work. And he showed me these sutures where he sewed the muscle back where it's supposed to be. And I said, that's good work, Doc. Because at that point, you just don't want to piss him off.
Right. Well, it's nice to hear that he's proud of his work. I mean, we do the same thing.
Yep.
We do the same thing on this podcast. We talk about things that I'm sure at least a quarter of the people that aren't on listening to the podcast, have no idea what we're talking. The rest of them, because they're all, coworkers.
Yeah, but they say,
friends of ours.
They do 45 of those a year.
They do 45 of those a year.
So they're good at it.
Yep.
Or maybe they just do a lot of them.
They do. Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. And this just
good.
highlights how poor of a friend I actually am, because I knew you were going in for the surgery, and then I just got in my own head. And it wasn't until our good friend Eric reminded me by sending us both a text to see how you were doing that I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, no. I sent him a picture. And so, he saw that. But it is, it's not fun. And it's not going to be fun for about a month until I get this thing off.
But you know what's going to be fun?
So, getting it off, probably.
Getting it off and actually being able to use your arm again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But half of the battle is there are two pokes in. I mean, there are two holes. They're little, tiny. Yeah. They took the bandages off, so there's no surface recovery at all. And let me take the sutures out. And it took a minute and a half for the nurse to take the sutures out. And, of course, the inside stuff is still going to be there.
Right.
But there's
no way for you to no way for you to prove to people that you're a badass. I get what you're saying. I understand.
No, or a wimp, one of the two. I'm not sure. Why are you so whiny? It doesn't look like you have anything there.
I'm sure you were hoping for like a big scar, so if someone ever saw you with your shirt off, you said, "Yeah, that was the gunshot wound from."
I have from my gang days. I just don't have any surgery scars. They left it in. It came out the back. Let me show you. Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. But it's sore, and you have to. I like having the pain because it reminds you not to do stupid things.
Yeah, well,
that's kind of what I want to do.
Right, that's kind of the whole idea of pain. I mean, that's why that's how we were invented and designed.
Yeah. we were. Well, should we give them pain? Yes, a lot of it.
A lot of it. Yep.
So they're not stupid. Well, we're still stupid, but
yeah. Well, let me ask you this: what hurts more? the shoulder surgery or getting the wallet out to pay for the shoulder surgery.
Well, insurance helps for sure.
It does, but it's still
$100
painful.
copay. I'm like,
That's
I'm
still
good with
painful. That's
I'm
still
fine
painful.
No. Yeah. Let's see how much
Remember
was it?
Goldstein. Hello.
Whatever. My friend Mr. Goldstein and I are simpatico, for sure. Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was expensive, but yeah, I know that he did the work. That's what I know,
Yeah.
and that's good. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, it'll be a month like this before I can take this off and then find out what other things I'm unable to do.
Oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
he's
And
confident it will be good.
whatever else you need to go in and get fixed as well.
No, I don't want to redo it.
No. Well, not redo it. I'm talking about other things because you've been.
No.
That's what my dad said when he had his new knee put in. He said, "Wow, it feels so good. I might just have the other side done because that one feels like crap now."
Well, by comparison, yeah. And that's the trouble. Yeah, as you alluded to, that you get this done and that's great, but now, well, I really should have this thing fixed or that. Yeah. No,
it's kind of like a tattoo.
That's right.
You get your first tattoo, you just want to keep going.
Some people do.
Some people, a lot of people, most people I know.
Well, a lot. And there's some research that says that that's more than just wanting tattoos. And you can kind of see the ones who fail to stop and continue doing the piercings and oh my goodness. So yeah, that I stopped and I may get another one, but I'm not in any hurry to.
Yeah. I still don't have one, and I kind of want one. And I asked Peyton, I said, you know what? Because my biggest problem is it being so permanent. I mean, granted, it's not necessarily permanent totally anymore because you can get them removed, but I want to be happy with it. It's going to be there for a very long time. Yeah. So I told Peyton, as an artist, to design me one. And that was several years ago, and it still hasn't been done.
And how's it coming?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good right now.
But how is she coming with the design?
She's not. She hasn't. Well, okay.
How do you know? Maybe she's really putting a lot of thought into it.
Maybe. I doubt it. So I went out this morning, and John, I was a couple minutes late, and that was not necessarily because of what I was doing prior. So I'll tell that story. I told John that story. But I was mowing the lawn. So I told Peyton when I left the house to go mow the lawn. Yeah. And I'll tell you about this here in a second because this has everything to do with it.
Is there whiskey in there?
Not the cup. No, not yet. Okay. So I went out to mow the lawn and I told Peyton, I'm going out to mow the lawn. When I'm done, I want you not to be watching TV on the couch. You have to be very specific with Peyton because of her ADHD. So I thought that was pretty specific, but I guess it wasn't.
So was she watching TV on the chair?
No. Close though. Very close. So I came in and I'm rushing because I know I have to get up here for the podcast. So I'm running to the shower and I'm like, Peyton's sitting on the couch, not watching TV, but watching YouTube on her laptop.
Okay.
So she went from watching YouTube on the TV to watching YouTube on her laptop. And I said, it's not quite what I meant by that statement. I'm going to go take a shower. I need you to be done. So I go take a shower and I'm texting John and I get up to my office in time for the podcast. And then I realized after I'm turning all my stuff on, I'm turning on the soundboard, I'm turning on the stereo, I've got all my screens turned on, I've got everything. And then I realized, oh crap. Remember, my office is on the third floor, my podcast studio. I had taken my computer downstairs last night to do some extra work. So my laptop was sitting on the first floor in the living room where Peyton is. So I had to run downstairs to get my laptop. And then there's Peyton still doing what I said I asked her not to be doing when I went into the shower. So I had to have a few kind words with her about what she's doing right now, and then grabbed my laptop and came up here, and it was late. Excuse me. So I tend to bribe my daughter to get things done. Okay. So this morning, and there's a whole other part of the conversation I want to have with you, John. But this morning I went to Starbucks and got so I don't actually get a lot of pumpkin spice lattes because it's too many calories, basically. So I get my regular coffee. So this is a light roast. And then I have 2 pumps of pumpkin spice put in there. Okay. So it just has a little tinge of that pumpkin spice in the regular coffee.
Or no?
It's a little bit, it's not super sweet. And that's the other part of it.
I mean, in their pumps.
Yes.
I don't even know. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit sweet. Okay. a little bit sweet, a little bit creamy. So it's
All right.
very, very good. So I got my pumpkin spice.
Nicely done.
And I got her pumpkin spice chai latte, which is one of her favorites. So,
Mhm.
and I also got her a cake pop. Said, all right, here's
Wow.
your stuff. I want, this is bribing you to get shit done because we have guests coming over this afternoon.
Okay.
So yeah. And she's still sitting on the couch, I'm sure. Right now I could
Maybe
start
not.
texting her.
Maybe not. Cake pop does wonders.
I can't get too mad at her. She's 3 full weeks into school right now.
Mhm.
And remember, AP classes, honors and AP, and she's getting straight A's. So this is
good for her.
I mean, she's doing better now than she did, and she's doing her homework without us asking her, which completely both Jen and I have no. Just we're flabbergasted.
So clearly
we can't
she's
figure
enjoying it.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a hook with her. That's awesome. So yeah.
So I can't get too mad at her because she's performing.
She sure is.
When she wasn't performing, then we could get on her about stuff. And now it's kind of like, I don't want her to lose that motivation.
For sure. That's awesome. Well, and plus, you know what? And I thought it was really cool you guys doing the road trip together too. I think that lent a lot of, the daddy-daughter time that just doesn't happen as much as we like it to these days. So I thought
I want to do that more often. Yeah.
Well, and it's showing she's maturing because it would have been more difficult for both of you, I'm sure, a couple of years ago.
It would have been difficult, but she would have liked me more.
Yeah, but this is a growing period for you, not just for her.
Well, yeah, my waistline is definitely growing.
Whatever. Yeah, because I'll be going to the gym a lot like this.
Oh yeah. It's going to be leg day for a month.
Yeah, really. We did one of those trips with Michael when he was 17, had a girlfriend, and so he was constantly texting. But to get him back, we went to Key West in August because Dad's a cheapskate.
Hey, I can relate.
Got a great deal on the hotel because it's August in Key West, and we'd all shower and we're going to go out and do something. Hey, let's go have some breakfast or whatever. And you'd walk out the door and instantly you're sweating again. Yeah, and that was but that vacation was it was still an important growing part. Yeah, but it was totally different because he was missing his girlfriend and on his phone the entire time.
Yeah, figures.
So, it hurts to shrug. I'll just shrug on this side from now on.
There you go. In
case anybody's wondering. Why is he doing that? Because the other side hurts. Okay. Yeah. I hadn't shrugged yet. That hurts.
Pumpkin spice latte. Let's talk about that. So I'm sure you saw in the news.
Whiskey.
Without whiskey so far. Yeah. Okay. It's 10:18 on a Saturday morning. I usually wait until at least 10:19.
Yeah. What's the hold up? Sheesh.
Anyway, so today is August 24th.
It is all day.
It's Saturday, August 24th. Mm-hmm. So there's been several news articles out recently because the CEO of Starbucks,
Howard Schultz,
was no. Or
is he retired?
He's call him retired, call him whatever. He's not the CEO anymore.
Got it.
Chairman of the board, maybe. But there's been a few turnover. There's CEO turnover.
Got it.
And most recently, the CEO of Chipotle moved over now and is the CEO of Starbucks. And there's, he's trying to build the brand back up because
there was some
salsa
coffee. That would be delicious.
Maybe that would be delicious.
No,
but you're not far off the type blah. So anyway, a lot of other news articles out there, and this last news article, and really what I'm getting at isn't necessarily all about the pumpkin spice. Mm-hmm. It's all about the news media and how the news media blows shit up.
What?
That shouldn't. I know. It's surprising, isn't it?
Start.
Surprising, and I have a good segue into this as well.
Okay,
or segue out of it rather. So I saw this article that said, "Breaking news: Starbucks to release pumpkin spice lattes earlier than ever in history, and it's all because the new CEO wants to make sure that he builds the brand back up and more income, and because the pumpkin spice latte is a huge boost every year, and blah blah blah." And I started reading the article because I'm fascinated by it. Pumpkin spice is, that's a marketing thing. 1, 2, pumpkin spice is my favorite. I will admit that.
Yes, you have.
And so I was reading through, and I'm like, this is kind of lame. And okay, it's early, they're releasing it on August 22nd. August 22nd is the big release, blah, 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 blah. Reading. And this is like incredible. It's like a Wall Street Journal or something. I'm reading through. Then they show a chart of the last 4 or 5 years of when they released Pumpkin Spice Latte.
What?
John, I'm reading this chart. And do you know what the dates were? This big, huge news that it's early this year, and it's all because they want to make more money.
August 25th.
For the last 24th and 23rd. 23rd and 24th, back and forth for the last 5 years. And it's released on the 22nd, so it's big news that they're releasing it early. It's one freaking day early.
Oh, man.
One freaking day early.
Well,
and what else also happened the last 4 or 5 years? Yes. They couldn't get Pumpkin Spice Latte into the stores because
wasn't available.
Exactly. So It's like you're making this big deal that it's early, and it's 1 day early.
Well, next week when they release their Christmas peppermint, you're going to be sorry.
That I will be sorry. Yeah. You're right. Absolutely.
It is the whole but that's how the news media operates, and anyone who fails to see that fails to understand the news media.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, and here's my segue out of that.
Yes, here's the segue.
Did you get a chance to watch the RFK Jr. speech?
I did not, but not because I'm not going to. I will. I just read a couple of the overviews, and man, he's getting some big props for a really good speech.
Yes. Well, so I had my former boss, the CEO of Small Business Television, who I'm still very good friends with. It was yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, so around 4 or 5, I guess. She gives me a call, and the very first thing she says is, "Have you seen the RFK Jr. speech?
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. I mean, this guy just roasted the Democratic Party. He just roasted the media. She's like going off, and I'm like, I need to see this."
Yeah.
So I watched it, and I won't give too much away because you haven't seen it yet, and I want your opinion. But I felt the same way. I mean, he was like,
How long did it last?
About 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely listen to it.
Yeah.
But the other part that I overheard as I was reading the reviews sort of it was that it was not a Trump love fest.
No, it was not at
all. Trump is right on everything because they don't agree on policy across the board.
No.
But the thing that they do agree on, and I don't want to get ahead of myself not having seen it, but the thing they do agree on is policy on a couple of areas. And one is what the Democrats did to him. And now there was something today that they spent millions of dollars, like $10 million, preventing him from running.
Yeah.
The DMC.
Yeah.
And the NC. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. And there was somebody else that said something about, so all of these things we agree upon, how about we embrace those rather than pushing back on the things we don't? Because there are going to be things that we don't agree on, and that's okay.
There's a difference in pushing back on the things you don't and suing to get someone taken off the ballot because you don't agree with them.
That's the difference. And that's nothing more than just covering it up and saying you don't deserve to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah. Well, this is all alleged, of course, but that's what a lot of people are saying is
I hate alleged.
In some of those battleground states, which is one of the reasons he decided to drop out in those battleground states, every time he would get on the ballot, the DNC would sue to get him off the ballot. And this is not how this is supposed to work whatsoever. And that's one of the reasons he's decided. So I went down and told my wife, said, I've got good news and I've got bad news. I'm going to give you the bad news first. RFK is suspending his election bid. And she's very disappointed because that's who she was going to vote for. She really liked him. But I said, the good news is he's only getting taken off the ballot in battleground states, which Tennessee is not one of them. So she got really excited because he will still be on the ballot here in Tennessee. So I thought that was interesting because that was another part which you'll see when you see it in there. He's not done. He's not getting himself taken off of all the ballots. He's only getting himself taken off the ballots in the battleground states where he can be, quote unquote, a spoiler for the election. He can't win it. He's just a spoiler.
That's good, as long as he's a spoiler for
that was his point.
Who we're hoping. Yeah. And that is, it's going to be an interesting run. There's no doubt about it for him. I think that when I talk about retribution, somebody said this. I would love it if Trump would get elected and put RFK Jr. as head of the CIA.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I never thought of that. That'd be funny.
Would be sweet. Talk about house cleaning. And
I have a feeling he's going to do something with vaccinations and stuff, whatever department that ends up being.
Yeah,
that would be
that's a huge part of it for him. But I think there's so much other stuff, though, that censorship. That's a big huge one. And that's what they've been trying to do to him. They've been trying to shut him up.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that would be something that he and Elon could certainly collaborate on, because Elon's been amazing at that.
Well, and
clearly.
that's the other stuff I've seen in the news, and not to go down that political rabbit hole, but so you've got the mainstream news, and then you've got the other news, and the mainstream news is how bad Trump and Vance are. This bad, Trump, Vance, Vance. But then you've got the other stuff going, maybe Trump, maybe Vance is not very good, but look who's got behind him. He's got he's got RFK Jr. and he's got Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And, I think Elon, no matter what, his goal in life is to just, blaze forward and let everyone behind him burn.
Well,
not in a bad way.
You're right. I don't think he doesn't have any ulterior motives other than
making
he believes
the world
free speech
better.
should be an inalienable right.
Yep.
And he has spent billions, clearly, making sure that happens. And man, they have done nothing but whine about X ever since he took it over. Nothing but whine about it, because, it's false information. Okay, then all you have to do is get in and make a claim about it, and you can do that.
Absolutely.
If there's something you disagree with, he has the communities that now allow people to do that.
Yeah, well, go in there and state your side of the story.
Can't do it.
Nope.
Especially with data points to prove it.
Right.
It's all feelings.
Right.
And so whatever. Yeah. So I'm clearly a big fan of his. I think that he's far from perfect, and he wouldn't want to be labeled as perfect, because I think he has his own goals, and good for him. Many are business related, and that's why he's so wealthy.
That's right.
So good for him. But I sure love what he's doing with free speech, and we needed that to happen, because it was going down an ugly pathway without him.
You make a really good point, is that he's not perfect, and nobody is perfect. So if you're out there trying to find the perfect person for any job, good luck. Exactly. No one is perfect. Everyone's got their demons. Everyone has things.
I'm trying to do more mean tweets. I don't know if have you noticed?
I have, yeah. Well, I mean, I've only noticed because they're directed at me.
just a little. He's so mean.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be interesting, the whole thing, and I promise I will watch his speech, because I've heard people talking, and people oversell this sometimes, but some of the ones who weren't were saying this is a quintessential speech.
Yes. Yeah.
And so good for him.
Yeah. No matter whichever way it goes, this is making history. That side of things, that move that he just made is going to be told throughout history.
Agreed. So as I told Lisa earlier, the only thing, and this is a Tim Pool thing, which if you watch, I like Tim Pool. For a young guy, he's one who I kind of like his voice. I don't agree with everything he says, and
nor should you.
No, but again, it's anybody like that. Take what you take away. But he says it well, that really none of this other stuff matters. The only thing that matters is how many ballots are going to be harvested. Yeah. That's it. None of the rest. So you can have conversations about, how, he's better on this and she's better on this, and look at this, and they make me feel better. None of it matters.
Yeah.
None of it matters if there are not some sort of oversight, if there isn't some sort of oversight to the election process. And it's pretty incredible, some of the stuff that's going on. Wisconsin is one of them. Yeah. That their newly liberal Supreme Court did not even wait for a case to be brought for them. They did it on their own, went after a case to ensure that mail-in ballots are still okay. Jeez. It wasn't even brought to the Supreme Court. They did it on their own.
Wow.
Gosh, let's see. I wonder the last time that's happened. Never. And so, yeah, you got to watch people. And that's where it's going to come down to that. How much cheating can be done, because there will be cheating. I won't say which direction. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's yes, 100%. Very interesting.
So,
Sorry, I had to check off. I had a reminder go off on my phone to record PoddiMouths.
Oh,
podcast. PoddiMouths.
Which is obviously our
other podcast.
Alien.
That's our OnlyFans podcast.
It's OnlyFans, yes. we have to make sure we go with our. That's like E.E. Cummings. That's my backup name. What do they call those? I'm thinking of the word. What's E.E. Cummings was H.H. Monroe, or was O. Henry? No, O. Henry was H.H. Monroe or Saki or something like that. Somebody, you got to let us know. But I remember their pseudonyms.
Yeah.
Our pseudonym is PoddiMouths.
PoddiMouths. Yeah, that's right.
Which is great.
M-O-U-S-E.
Weird.
Oh, my goodness.
But funny.
So how was your, besides your obvious elephant room thing? How has your week been?
It's been pretty good. Learning to redo things all over again, which is not.
I thought you were going to say learning to read again.
Learning to read again has been a problem.
That's funny. It was your shoulder, not your brain.
Oh no, they're hand in hand. Head in hand. Yes. So other than that, pretty good. Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Ouch!
It's some of that.
Ouch. Sorry, there is a callback to Lincoln in that speech, but I won't give it away.
Oh,
by the way.
Yep. Well, there should be.
Yeah.
But he was a Republican. Come on, RFK.
Yeah.
So, yes, there's that. So, yeah, the week has been pretty good. How about yours?
It was good.
Did you travel?
No. Yes and no. I didn't stay in my office the whole time. We had a training session. We have a new team member, so we were training him all week, and that was fun. So we got to, Matt and I got to spend some one-on-one personal time together. And
in Nashville?
In Nashville, yeah.
Cool.
So that was fun. I had some good dinners. I ate way too much. I'm fasting for the next month just so I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going 40 days. I'm going 30 days, the whole month.
Exactly. Well, I'm not going 40 days, 30 days. I'm going about 30 minutes. Okay. Let's be fair.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it was a good time. So it was a very long, very busy week. Had a lot to talk about, lots of work to do.
Cool.
And
I want to bring up Landio again, which you got me started on. So I'm getting email links now all the time, or email messages from them.
I should get you started before you go into that. I should get you started on Bring a Trailer, because now they're starting to sell
on that site too.
Well, now they're starting to sell RVs. So I'm getting things like 1955 GMC.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's what you want. Let's see.
But they're beautiful because most of them are redone. There was a 1945 Airstream that has been completely redone on the inside. It's gorgeous.
Redone, and how much money?
Well, at that point when I saw it, it was only $7,000. But it's an auction. It's an auction site, so it's going to go up. Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, go on with your land.
I will check with Bring a Trailer. That's awesome. I will do that. I got the notification for a 5 or 7. I want to say it was a 5-acre property in Tennessee, and it's like 90 minutes. You probably saw it. Got the same one. 90 minutes from Nashville, and I'm going, oh, that would be kind of cool. And it looked beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful.
It has access and has Wi-Fi and has, wow.
The only thing I struggle with Landio on the Tennessee properties is it's the same. We have a thing here where we always get these things in the mail, the 24-hour sale on land and get your land cheap. But it's all in these communities, and they're 5 to 10 acre lots, which is great. But what someone is doing is it's a developer going in and buying these chunks of land and then breaking it up and then selling it cheap.
Well,
but they're starting to use Landio to sell them. So that's what that was.
And that's fine. Go ahead.
There's a 16-acre plot right next to it.
Okay, for how much?
That was also Landio. It was $299 for 16 acres, which is
this one was 5 acres for $80,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well that's pretty good.
That's decent. Yeah.
And it looked nice.
Yep.
So I know what you're saying, that they break it up, but the good part is you don't have any regs. You don't have HOAs to deal with.
Right.
You can park an RV there if you want to.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of cool. That would be a fun 2-month out of the year thing to do. It seems
leave a camper or a tiny home on the property.
Yeah, or just tow it there and pull it when you leave. I don't know.
Yep.
Who knows? Having those sit there outside in the elements.
You said you had to. You could put a concrete pad and then build one of those shelters that they do in some of those campgrounds.
Absolutely could, and then you might as well build a barn dough, as far as I'm concerned. Why not? Because really, they're not that much. I mean, they are more, but not a crazy amount.
Well, you could do it slowly. You just have the shell built, and then
slow barn dough. Yeah. That's a
build the shell and then start optimizing. See, now my brain is still at work.
You're digital. Let's go digital with our RV.
There you go. Digital. Well, you can buy land in the metaverse.
Metaverse, great.
Yeah. And then you could build
get a
digital
good deal
RV
too.
It's digital barn dough.
It's 7 digital acres.
Yeah.
Which you can held in a thimble.
It's only 1 Bitcoin. Come on.
Yes.
I don't even know what's Bitcoin at right now. Do you know?
I don't know and don't care because I don't even want to look.
Well, it must be not
any of it
good because I get a whole bunch of this crypto stuff, and I haven't gotten crypto stuff lately.
No,
news about crypto.
Yeah,
I don't have it anywhere.
Yeah, I do not know what. Are you looking what Bitcoin's at?
Oh well, no, because I don't have a browser up right now except for what we're using.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So anyway, but it's kind of fun to look at some of those. I will definitely look at Bring a Trailer because that is, I find that interesting. Most of these RVs are made with toilet paper and spit. They're nothing.
Yeah.
So, but if you can find an Airstream or whatever, they're stainless and they've got a much better underbody than most of these other ones that are
exactly,
just wood frames with I don't even know what they call the crap, the plastic stuff.
There's
a name for it.
It's not even fiberglass. Let's just say that.
No, it's not. It's not that strong.
By the way, $64,000.76 right now is what Bitcoin is at.
Bitcoin. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I should have bought it when it was at $5.
You should have. You should have. I'm looking for Bring a Trailer. I want to show you that.
Okay.
So
you share your screen?
I can actually do that.
You know what? I can do that too, and I want to share this if I can find it.
1946 Spartan Manor.
Let's see if I can find this. Hold on. There it is. So this is the actual condition after I got the surgery.
Oh, hold on.
Can you see it?
I don't have the screen up yet. Oh yeah. I saw that picture already.
I guess I showed you that, but you can see it with the full on thing, and it's that is not good, and it's not comfortable.
It doesn't look comfortable, and I love the smile on your face too.
Yeah, it's a fake.
It's fantastic.
Smile. It's totally a fake smile.
There's
nothing that's real. What are you going to show? Come on.
I'm working on it.
People can't see. Oh wow,
1946.
that one looks like it's what year?
1946.
It's kind of a cool silhouette, isn't it, on the front there?
Yep. And then that's the back.
Wow, isn't that cool? Interesting.
So let's get inside. So this is inside.
It's leaning forward. Wow, that's kind of sweet.
They did a good job on it.
They sure did.
Underbelly. So of course the underbelly doesn't look great, but I think that was pre. So now they're showing what they did when they worked on it.
Yeah.
But right now it's still at $7,000 with 6 days left.
But hasn't reached the. Does it say anything about
Let's see.
About the reserve?
Sometimes it'll tell you if it has a reserve or no reserve.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sweet looking.
It is.
Man, it is pretty sweet. You can't even see the wheels, can you?
Yeah. It's hard to take it off road though.
I would think.
Yeah.
So don't.
Yeah, but I would highly recommend if you haven't gone in there and looked.
Spartan Manor. Is that actually an Airstream or is it a different brand?
No, it's an Airstream. Airstream Spartan Manor.
Spartan Manor. Got it.
But you can see they've added all-terrain vehicles, boats, charity auctions, convertibles, electric vehicles, hot rods.
Wow.
Located now they have in Australia. That's great.
Oh, good. Because I was thinking about going there to pick up a new trailer.
Let's see what else they have in RVs and campers.
Where are you getting your trailer?
Yeah.
I'm getting an RV in Australia. Yeah, it's going to be a long drive.
So look at
bring
this.
It back on a boat. That's sweet.
I sent this to our buddy Matt and said, "Hey, look, our
no slides,
our tour bus, no slides, but look at the inside.
You don't want slides though.
No, not in this. Look at that. It's
wow,
like a party
sweet.
Bus.
It is kind of a party bus. Are there
look
beds?
At
I suppose bunk beds.
Nope.
Oh, that's going to be my room. Where are you guys going to sleep? You and Matt?
Right here in the bathroom.
Perfect.
Yep.
It does have a bidet.
Yeah, 67,000 right now with 5 days left. It's still a pretty good deal. This one, I thought of you when I saw this.
Yeah, it actually is.
Look at that. 1976 Ford F-350 Ranger Super Camper Special with Avian Camper Project, whatever that means.
$2,500.
Yep.
Is that what it says?
$2,500. 2 days left.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, bring a trailer. There's quite a few things on here.
I like
now.
It makes it more interesting. It makes it fun to look. And again, not that you're going to buy anything like that, but it's fun to look. And maybe you
never know. You never know.
Maybe you are. That Mitsubishi Fuso. Look at the Fuso.
Yeah.
The 2008.
Excuse me, folks.
Looks like a. It has a riser.
Yeah, it rises up.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
It looks like an army vehicle. Some
it does.
sort of a.
Doesn't look like it has a bed.
Battle vehicle.
Looks like it's just a place for you to go in and sit.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah. I always need one of those when I have a truck.
Right?
I'd like to go and sit in the back. Let's pull over.
I did see from a car standpoint the other day, they closed it was a 1955 Gullwing Mercedes.
Oh,
$260,000.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No. That was wrong. That was the 2005 was $260,000, but the 1955 Gullwing, $1.7 million.
Well, if it's real, if it's not a replica,
right. Well, on this, they're supposed to prove that it's real.
I'm sure.
Stuff like that.
Well, if you're going to spend that kind of money, I'm pretty sure you know.
Yeah,
that it's
absolutely.
Not. But I saw Dave Kindig do a touch-up on one of those bitch and rides on a real one. And he said, I'm sorry, it was a replica, and that was a couple $100,000. He said, but if you find a real one, it's $1 million, $1.5 million. And,
well, it's kind of like the
he redesigned it to make it look like a real one.
The real one?
There are measurements that are different at home, man. Yeah, so it was pretty sweet.
That's incredible. Well, you see that with the Porsche 356.
Also,
a lot of replicas. Awesome car. I love those things.
Knockoffs, yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
You don't see that, though, much with the 911 or the 912. I've noticed that because those are all classic cars, too. You can get those back to the 1960s.
Sure. Yes, but they're just totally different. Some of the 911, I don't know them well enough, but some of them, the turbos or whatever that are normally more expensive anyway. Mm-hmm. I love 911s. I've always been a big fan. Although the earlier ones, and I don't know how much, if it's changed, even back into the 2000s, their pedals, like the clutch pedal and the brake pedal, go into the floorboard.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still like that.
But,
it's hard to get used to.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Very hard to get
used to. It was like my grandma's 1954 Pontiac.
Yeah.
That's how they were set up before they used to hang them.
Yep.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was my week.
Good.
That was
things
trailer, that I've been looking at. Bring a trailer if you get up there. Kind of fun. Landio, if you get it. And none of these folks are sponsors, by the way, yet.
No, but I'm pretty sure on Bring a Trailer, it says something like, hey, go to PoddiMouths.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Or it will, at least on my computer when
when we put our camper for sale.
Right, exactly. Well, I'm looking for the Potty Pod. I mean, let's get back on that train.
We need Bill to get on that.
Yeah.
And
he was doing a really good job for a while, and you get him talking about Jeeps now, and he's just...
Oh, Jeeps. He's a Jeep sucker. You sucked him into the Jeep party.
I don't think I did yet. I don't think so. Well, you never know. Bill, let us know.
When you think he's always looking for something, which I appreciate about him. He had... And I won't tell the whole story, but he had the Woodward Dream Cruise around that time of the year. He had a beautiful GMC pickup truck, and Bill, you can correct me on it. I think that's what it was. It was really nice and drove great. And he did some stuff that you might not notice, which is what he likes to do. It's not, stuff that stands out or anything.
Yeah.
But he's had some really cool vehicles over the years, and then sells them and moves on to the next thing because it's just a vehicle. That's all.
Yeah. So. See, I wish I had that ability. I mean, I obviously do. I trade cars and change cars a lot, but they become part of my family. Like I think I've said I know I've said it to everyone that listens to this podcast besides on the podcast, but I talk about when I get to turn my Jeep in because the lease is up and why it's such a good plan and a great idea. And then I go out into the garage and I see it standing there and I'm like, my baby, I don't want to trade it in.
Yeah, I do that in the different order. The order is I get rid of it and then I go, oh, I kind of wish I still had that.
Yeah.
But after I get rid of it.
Right. Yeah.
But and maybe this is you too, when you get a new vehicle, I'm closing the garage door, and before I do, I just take a little look back at it.
In the same way.
Yeah, that's sweet. And that's how and when you stop looking back, it's time to move on to something else.
Absolutely. So I've been looking back at that thing every day. Sometimes I even sneak out in the garage right before I go to bed just to look at it.
Okay, now you're just weirding me out a little bit.
I claim that I'm making sure the garage door is locked. I am. She's gotten really good at locking the garage door though. Yeah. So it kind of sucks. I'm like, man, I was actually coming out here to lock the garage door, and now
I heard something hissing. I think maybe a tire. I better check.
I better check. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yep. Nicely done.
I'm just making sure the car's charging. That's
what it is.
Yep.
Sure. I miss you. I wonder if Jen would be mad if I'd sleep out here.
Yeah, probably.
No, she wouldn't.
Probably not. Actually, she'd be fine. I give her a hard time now because I think I told you already. She's been driving it more than I have.
And she started to like it.
Yeah. We'll see. I think I think if it didn't have the big tires and the suspension that it has, like if it wasn't a Rubicon, I think she'd be fine with it.
But then
if it wasn't a Rubicon,
she's gonna like that.
Well, no, I think she would rather it be lower and ride smoother.
Maybe the smoother ride, but tell her, you know what? Rent one that's 20 years old, and then she'll just be amazed at how much smoother the ride is on yours. And she'll say,
no.
I don't want anything lower.
It's still going to be smoother no matter what.
This one is, no question.
Yeah.
These are, I mean, you know what?
I
was amazed.
They're real Jeeps, but they're not real Jeeps anymore. There's a fine line there. It's kind of like, a new 911 versus an old 911.
But it's also better. It's suspension. I mean, everything is higher quality too. It's not like you can't take it off road. You certainly can. They're very capable. It's still
extremely capable. But I think, as I said in one of the last podcasts, you open the hood and it's just one giant computer.
Yeah.
The old Jeeps, if it broke down on the trail, you could probably fix it on the trail as long as you had some spare parts or a gallon of oil. But now you need all the diagnostic tools and a cart, and you run out of space when you're bringing that on the trail with you.
I don't think are they more reliable than the other ones?
I think it depends on the year.
Oh,
that
maybe
the straight six. That was those motors, the TJs, those motors were bulletproof. I mean, you'd have to really mess up to screw that thing up.
As long as you could do some of the maintenance work, though, along the way.
Right, exactly. But I mean, the maintenance wasn't a lot of the maintenance that I think people were doing on the trail had nothing to do with the engine. I think it had everything to do with, I just went over a really big rock and dented something or snapped something. I don't think it had anything to do with the motor.
Did you accidentally say I just saw a really big rack? Is that what you just said?
Exactly. On top of the Jeep, you got to put your stuff somewhere. It's a small vehicle.
No, really, we're off-roading, honey.
Yeah.
Did you see that rack? Yeah, no, we're off-roading.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Well played.
On that note, John.
Freudian.
Speaking of on that note.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to the next couple of months here because what's coming out?
Hopefully my arm from the sling. What?
Well, yeah, that too.
Oh, sorry.
It'll make it just in time for the final Grand Tour episode.
The final Grand Tour is coming out.
Yep.
Yes.
Starting to see trailers for that everywhere.
Yeah. I saw a James May thing with Jay Leno, which is pretty funny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just it was a YouTube video, but it was 40 minutes long or something. I didn't watch
Really?
the whole
I'm
thing.
gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
'Cause that would be interesting. You got the major American car guy with the major British car guys.
but he had a British car that he was showing
Gotcha.
him, and May was kind of familiar, but not. I want to say, I can't tell you the name of the vehicle, but it's like it had an aircraft engine in it, and and May was like, "What?" And so I'm trying to quote it,
All
and
right,
I
now
watched
I'm
a
gonna
minute
look
and
it
a
up.
half of it. Yeah, do look at it's those two guys anyway.
Okay.
So check it
Interesting.
out. On that
Well,
note.
I'm gonna go do that right now, John.
Okay, I'm gonna go find a trailer so
Okay.
I can buy.
Yeah,
whatever
you're not
I
leaving
find.
your office for a
No,
little
but I'll
while
find
now.
a trailer while I'm
You'll
here.
find a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you enjoy. Folks, speaking of enjoying, you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you back here, same bat time, same bat channel. John, it's been lovely as always. I forgot to say, if you want to hear some past episodes, head up to PoddiMouths.com, check out our socials, check out the merch. Merch is always important. And be good.
Merch on
Have
up there.
fun. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.